Honestly speaking, walking around Kigali, Rwanda, let's start from there. Most of the videos I did make while I was in Rwanda, I made them during there. It was the best experience ever. Kigali, Rwanda, generally, their system, because it's more of a centralized system, they are very, very disciplined and rule of law works there. And with that, it comes with a lot of benefits. To have been the motorbike guys, having on helmet and carrying one passenger. This is crossing at the zebra crossing, guys. Oh God, for me that was the hugest of all. It is something I even just talked about in the prayer point. Now, I booked my ticket in Kampala, Uganda here at Trinity Coaches, that is Namirembe Road, and my experience was very good. Okay, hello guys, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you guys are great. Welcome back to yet another vlog. I'm very excited for this one. As you have seen from the thumbnails, the title of the vlog, I'm actually answering a couple of questions because I've actually got a couple of questions since I started this series of Kigali, Rwanda. I'm very grateful that a lot of you guys have been coming along, following along, loving the vlogs, sharing what you think of them, and it really pushes me to keep sharing about my experience here as a Ugandan and generally as a solo traveler while as in Kigali, Rwanda. Yeah, before I dive any further also, and this is the first time you're watching a vlog from us, please make the point that you subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think of the videos in the comment section below. Yeah, so as you saw from the thumbnail to the title, today I'm going to be answering a couple of your questions. I just gathered 10 questions from all our series so far, and I want to give you my honest answers as a Ugandan and as a solo traveler again, and a person who traveled on a budget into Kigali, Rwanda, regardless of all the stereotypes that are known, especially between Uganda and Rwanda. And yeah, my main intent was to debunk a lot of different things, and I believe I've been able to debunk most of those things. And yeah, in case you have any other question, please don't hesitate, leave it for us in the comment section below. Yeah, the first question I want to answer is this. Honestly, how did you feel walking and traveling in Kigali, Rwanda as a Ugandan compared to Kampala, Uganda, especially at night? So honestly speaking, walking around Kigali, Rwanda, let's start from there. Most of the videos I did make while I was in Rwanda, I made them during day. It was the best experience ever, guys. The best experience ever. Minus all the different nitty-gritty when it comes to making it a point that you don't break the law and photography, as we shall talk about this later on, because I also have a question about that. But generally, walking around, it was the best experience ever. I do a lot of walking while I'm on my solo trips and while I'm exploring out places, not only in Kigali, Rwanda, but also here in Kampala, Uganda, while also I'm in Nairobi, Kenya. I do walk a lot, but I have never felt safe as I did feel safe while as in Kigali, Rwanda, especially walking during the day. Now, the same thing during night. Rwandese, surprisingly, are not out till very late in the night. No, that is not true. They are out, but they don't go up to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, like how it is here in Kampala, Uganda. So, my time, most of the time, even when I'm on such trips, I make the point that I'm at home by around 9. And even at night, honestly speaking, I felt very safe. Comparing it to back here at home, where, there is a lot of, especially petty theft, especially as the night comes, and there is a lot of, bad habits generally. Yeah, but honestly speaking, I did feel very safe, either day or night. Yeah. Then the second question has to be, did you have to worry about petty crimes? Did you have to worry about petty crimes like bag snatching or pickpocketing in busy areas like Nyabugogo compared to, for example, Old Tax Park in Kampala, Uganda? Now, guys, as I told you earlier on, if you have been following up the series, Kigali, Rwanda, generally, their system, because it's more of a centralized system, they are very disciplined and rule of law works there. And with that, it comes with a lot of benefits to them, I think, in a way that people are really determined to make sure that they promote their country in a very good way. So even walking or while on a boda, it never dawned on me worrying about someone snatching my bag or someone snatching my phone or anything like that. And it's something I talked about over and over again while I was on my trip, that I've never felt this free vlogging with my iPhone while I'm vlogging anywhere than as I was in Kigali, Rwanda. Not then, but as I was in Kigali, Rwanda. I felt very, very safe, didn't even have to worry about petty theft. But bodas would come and bypass me, but it never dawned on me that someone might snatch the phone. Now, I did interact with a police officer and at some point, and he told me petty theft is there, but it is rare. But also, regardless of the fact it is rare, you have to keep out an eye onto that. But generally speaking, from my experience, I didn't have to worry about someone snatching my phone. I didn't have to worry about someone snatching my bag or anything like that. Compared to Kampala, Uganda. In Kampala, Uganda, guys, people snatch people's phones on bikes. They snatch people's phones on bikes, in taxis. The same energy which is in Nairobi, Kenya. You have to be times 3 careful right in Nairobi, compared to in Kampala you have to be times 2, compared to Rwanda you have to be times 1, conscious of your property while you are moving around or anything like that. Yeah. Did you notice a big visibility of security personnel in the city, and how did that make you feel? Honestly speaking, almost every other corner of Kigali streets, there is a police officer and a traffic police officer. Now, I didn't see a lot of army officers like how it is in Kampala, Uganda, and generally Uganda. I don't know how their constitution is, haven't read through their constitution, but what I know from our constitution is that UPDF or army officers, they work hand in hand with police to keep peace. And it's allowed by the constitution. It's completely different when you read through the constitution of Nairobi, Kenya. But in Kigali, Rwanda, I did see a lot of traffic officers almost at every other corner. They have these speed limit kind of bars that says that ahead there is a speed kind of limit, and most of the time, not limit, but there is a machine that is going to measure the speed limit, and most of the time there is a police officer. It made me feel safe, to be honest with you, and these are the guys I used to ask for help to help me stop these boda guys and talk to them so that they can take me to the locations where I was going. So I really did feel safe. Now, comparing the same energy back in Kampala, Uganda, I don't have any nudge when it comes to our army, but I don't have any nudge when it comes to our army. I also feel like I feel safe whenever I see them around, and police generally. But I don't know why, but I just felt like in Kigali, Rwanda, I was dealing with the right people. I don't know, that is me actually deep thinking. Yeah. The next question would be, what was the biggest difference you noticed about public transport in Kigali versus Uganda? The biggest difference has to have been the motorbike guys having on helmet and carrying one passenger. In Uganda, it's completely different. In Uganda, people don't have the second helmet, and they carry more than one passenger. Then also, people in Kigali, Rwanda, generally motorists and cars, they follow the traffic rules, like when the lights are red, people will stop and all that. In Kampala, Uganda, it's completely different. That was the hugest difference. There are quite a number of them, but to me, that was the hugest difference. Like that discipline. It was harder for me to always cross at the zebra crossing, but I had to learn so that I don't jaywalk. Yeah. The next question has to be any rules which were hard for you as a Ugandan to adapt while in Kigali, Rwanda. This is crossing at the zebra crossing, guys. Oh God, for me that was the hugest of all. It is something I even just talked about in the prayer point. It was very hard for me to just adapt to moving to the zebra crossing and wait for the light to be green. I'm used to cross from almost everywhere, and don't judge me, because this is life. This is what I've grown up in. It is a system I have to break and build new systems and habits. But regardless, it was very hard for me. Oh God, waiting at the zebra crossing line and waiting for cars to waiting for the lights to stay green was very, very hard for me. Very, very hard for me. Then also plastic bags, guys. like you buy things. There was a moment I went to buy things from Simba, and they gave them to me in a paper bag, and it was raining, and it was, oh god, it was not good. The paper bag got wet, the bread got wet. I was imagining in case I had a Kavera, it would have been quite easier for me. Oh god. But yeah, you have to adapt. Those two things quite hard for me, but I really understand the implication that because of the system I've grown up in, which permits those, it is completely, harder for me to adapt. But I really understand their significance, but it's completely different back at home. Completely very different here in Kampala, Uganda. Yeah. The next question has to be, how did you go about language barrier, and how did you no how did you find, oh god, how did you go about language barrier, and how did you go about it? Now, generally Rwandese, they don't speak English. They speak Kinyarwanda, that is their national language. A few of them speak Swahili, but the language barrier was real. I can't really tell you that I went about that in this particular point, but I used to use Google Translate, especially in case I wouldn't find someone who would understand the English language, Google Translate and Duolingo and things like that. And also I practiced a few phrases so that whenever I'm amongst people, I'm not completely a black sheep, if that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I went about it like this, but those two applications, they helped me a lot. Then also interacting with police officers, because most of them can understand the English language, were very, very helpful. But language barrier and transportation, we have some of the hugest difficulties for me to navigate while I was in Kigali, Rwanda. Yeah. The next question would be, how was your experience crossing the Uganda-Rwanda border? My experience was very good, and I talked about this especially in the first vlogs I did put out. Make the point that you have everything in check. To me, they asked me, what are you going to be doing in Kigali, Rwanda? Showcase your bookings. Do you have any contact person? Within no time I was out there. What do you do for work? Within no time I was out there. They check your bag to make sure that you don't have any plastic bag bringing into the country. You have to wash your hands because of Mabag kind of screening. You don't spend a lot of time in lines like how it is at the Busia border. The border is very clean, and generally they treat. I had a very good experience. I wouldn't say that I had a very bad one, or I had a bad one, but I had a very good experience. Yes. The next question would be, talk about the bus experience and booking the tickets from Kigali, Rwanda and to Kigali, Rwanda. Now, I booked my ticket in Kampala, Uganda here at Trinity Coaches, that is Namirembe Road. And my experience was very good. By the way, if you missed that video, I'm going to be leaving it linked in the description box below. But it was very good. The epitome of it all is that they stopped at different points so that we can use the bathroom, and also they really tried their best to communicate to us at every other point we did reach, that you know what to expect. For example, at the border, after the border, and also while we moved towards Kigali city. I really enjoyed that a lot. But generally, the bus kind of experience was really very good. And also, as you approach Kabale and Katuna border into Rwanda, those beautiful sceneries are amazing. That's why I would recommend that a person who wants to travel to Rwanda, if you can, please use the bus, especially if your health can allow, because the experience is beautiful, especially as you comprehend and see all those things and hills, and it is really beautiful. It's a life-changing experience. Yes. The next question would be, not actually. While coming back, I did book my bus ticket from Nyabugogo bus terminus, which is the main bus kind of terminus, or taxi bus kind of terminus in Rwanda. It was 25,000 Rwandese franc, and it's about 75,000 Ugandan shillings, almost the same price I did pay while going there. Yeah, they move on time, they travel on time, but there are also other bus companies like Jaguar. But I use specifically Trinity because I've heard a lot of things about it, and through my research, it is what I found out that a lot of people do use. Now, the next question is, based on your experience, what is the single most important piece of security advice you would give to a Ugandan traveling to Rwanda for the first time? I think the best one would be, okay, it's not more of a security one, but more of a general thing I would advise a Ugandan to do is that make your research. Make your research, especially when it comes to public and private and administrative blocks, because most of the time, especially administrative blocks and private blocks, I mean administrations, they have a lot of limitations. So I don't want you to fall into any kind of unprepared problems. Generally, I don't want you to fall into problems. Make the point that you do your research very well so that you don't find yourself near those important key points that most of the time are off limit, and in case you actually got around them, they might even have to imprison you. So make the point that you do your research very well, have a very clean and clear intentional itinerary, be or move within your lane, do what has prompted you to move to Kigali, Rwanda. That is basically tourism or content creation, whatever you're going to be doing. Do exactly that and come back, safe. And maybe the last one would be make it a point that you try your best to learn a little bit of Kinyarwanda. It will literally go a long way. It will definitely go a long way. You'll be able to connect with people from that other perspective. And these are quite reserved, but they open up a little bit in case you try to show interest about their culture, about their language, and you show that you are willing to learn. So someone told me, Tanya, talk about photography etiquette as a content creator in Kigali, Rwanda. For me, I would say that by initial interaction, the Ugandan embassy really helped me a lot. And also all the research I did do about off camera premises or off photography premises, it also helped me a lot. Then also make the point that I do my research about almost every other area before I go there. Look out for signs that say no photography, look out for all these different signs generally that say photography is not allowed, and knowing what administrative blocks around there, what is the distance from them, and also asking people before I start filming. It helped me a lot as a content creator because I had a beautiful trip. I went there, filmed my videos, came back, didn't have any problem with anyone. So I believe that is also good advice someone might take in case you're a content creator. I didn't have any point within my journey of recording videos and bringing you guys along that I felt like someone is going to stop me from filming, or someone actually came and stopped me from filming. That didn't happen at all. Maybe because of the research I did do. Generally that. I believe that for me, that was the top cream of the cream when it comes to my journey, when it comes to photography etiquette. But also, as I mentioned in a video I did a couple of weeks ago, in case you are going to be filming, documentaries and things like that, and big production, it is completely different from YouTube. Make the point that you look out for official licenses from Irembe or Iremba. They have a government kind of website where you can go in and apply for that license for yourself and for the crew. You pay a particular amount of money for specific weeks, and you can be able to go out there and record content based on the category you are going to be putting it in. As I come to the conclusion of the vlog, guys, the last thing I want to talk about, this one also a couple of you guys wanted to know, what one thing or two things you feel like we can learn as Ugandans from Rwanda. I think the first one, it is disciplined. Rwandese are very, very disciplined in a way that they respect the rule of the law, and generally that they really respect the rule of the law, and that encompasses a lot of different things, from traffic to day-to-day relationships in societies, to the way how they interact with each other. For me, it is discipline. It is one thing I really, really note that we should incorporate when it comes to back at home here. It literally encompasses a lot of different things like hygiene and cleanliness and not littering, and it really, really encompasses a lot of things. I truly believe that when we do that, we can be able to move a step forward, moving closer to Kigali, Rwanda, or generally Rwanda. With that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought of the vlog in the comment section below, and let me meet you in my next one. Bye for now, guys.